Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to CBS News, an Iran-linked hacker group known as Handala has claimed to have breached FBI drones equipped with facial recognition and license plate screening. The group published a statement threatening to target the World Cup, warning that drones could end up near team buses. In response to security concerns, the FBI is deploying drones around stadiums to guard against unauthorized aircraft, and drone flights have been banned over these venues. However, the Site Intelligence Group, which monitors such organizations, has disputed Handala's hacking claims. Site revealed that at least one video released by the hackers as proof of the breach was actually a U.S. Police Department's promotional footage from December 2024, showing tornado damage. This is not the first time Handala has targeted U.S. officials. The group previously claimed to have hacked the email of FBI Director Kash Patel. The U.S. State Department has offered a reward of up to $10 million for information identifying members of the group. According to the news site ISA, the South Korean government has decided to apply for membership in the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPPPPPE. The government is currently finalizing plans to officially announce this policy during a ministerial meeting scheduled for late June. Japan, which has been driving the expansion of the trade pact's membership since the United States withdrew, is expected to support South Korea's application. A key point of contention has been South Korea's import restrictions on Japanese seafood from 8 prefectures, including Fukushima, following the 2011 nuclear disaster. However, reflecting the recent improvement in bilateral relations, both nations plan to effectively separate this issue from the TPP accession process. While Japan will not make the immediate lifting of the import ban a prerequisite for South Korea's entry, it intends to establish a separate bilateral framework for working-level talks to facilitate the removal of these restrictions. Nevertheless, a South Korean official cautioned that if negotiations over seafood imports stall, Japan could ultimately express reluctance regarding South Korea's final accession. This TPP bid was previously discussed during a summit between Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung in January. A Ukrainian Air Force spokesperson has warned that the country is running out of air defense missiles to intercept Russian ballistic and other missile attacks. In an interview with NHK in Kiev, Yuri Ina, head of the Air Force's communications department, revealed that Ukraine's launchers are already half empty or empty. While Ukraine has been able to counter Russian drone attacks using interceptor drones, its stockpile of air defense missiles is severely depleted. ENSETCED explained that a global shortage of Patriot interceptors has been exacerbated by the situation in Iran. Additionally, Ukraine used a significant number of interceptors between December and February to counter a massive campaign of 720 Russian missiles targeting energy plants and other infrastructure. To address the shortage, the Ukrainian government is considering asking partner nations for missiles whose shelf lives are expiring, emphasizing that any missiles are urgently needed. Ahead of the upcoming G7 summit in France, ENOT stressed that Ukraine requires continued international military assistance to bring about an end to the war with a just peace. According to Al Jazeera, protests by ultra-Orthodox Jewish men against military conscription have escalated into violence across Israel, bringing city centers to a halt. The demonstrators are protesting the arrest of fellow ultra-Orthodox men who refused the draft, arguing that military service interferes with their religious faith and Torah study. This issue represents a profound rift in Israeli society. While the Supreme Court ruled in 2024 that draft exemptions for the ultra-Orthodox are unlawful, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition relies heavily on ultra-Orthodox political parties, Shas and United Torah Judaism, to maintain power. To preserve his government, Netanyahu is pushing a controversial bill to enshrine these exemptions, despite polls showing that nearly 85% of the broader Israeli public supports conscripting ultra-Orthodox men or imposing sanctions on those who refuse. Analysts suggest that this issue will dominate upcoming elections, as the rapid growth of the ultra-Orthodox population fuels fears about Israel's future demographic and economic sustainability. According to Gigi Press, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, announced on June 12, 2026, that it will gradually reduce the size of its Kosovo force over the next year. The decision was prompted by improvements in the local security situation. The reductions will be carried out in stages, aligning with the regular troop rotation schedules of the contributing nations. KFOR was originally deployed in 1999, following the end of the Kosovo War, to maintain peace and security in the region. The force currently consists of approximately 4,600 personnel. In 2023, NATO temporarily reinforced KFOR by sending an additional 1,000 troops to northern Kosovo following heightened tensions and violent clashes between ethnic Serb demonstrators and local police. With the security situation now stabilized, NATO has decided to downsize the force. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.